Welcome back, everybody, to Orange Hat. I have to do this as a recording because, um, apparently, even after explaining that what got me kicked off of my live stream were fake items, they pulled my stream. And I think that that is absolutely absurd. I actually pointed out before I brought the items that they are fake. I even showed they were fake, and they pulled my damn stream. So I'm sorry to do that. So I'm going to make this as a recording, and then I am going to promote it tomorrow night. This will be promoting on Monday night instead of Sunday night because, well, YouTube is asshole. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. So I'm going to be going over the topics. Also, if you want to support my channel, share my channel out, share my videos, like my videos, all that jazz. But let's get into the topics. The first one is the Taylor Swift topics. So there was some controversy about Taylor Swift. I'm not going to show any article about this because explicit images were created. So apparently some people did AI deepfakes of Taylor Swift in rather lewd depictions, some in lewd poses, but not actual sexual depictions, others in very blatant sexual depictions. And apparently this pissed off a lot of the Swifties. And it so happens that a lot of them got their panties in a twist and complained. And now they're actually starting to introduce legislation in certain states to try to ban AI porn images. And I'm sorry, but as much as I find these images to be disgusting and reprehensible, I do think that they are indeed under free speech. You see, all these people were for AI. Oh, let's do AI. AI is the future. We need to trust AI. Did you not think that with or things like the First Amendment, like freedom of speech, petition, assembly, press, and all that, and religion, did you not think that there would be people who would abuse those practices, those rights? People abuse the right to free speech all the time by outright lying. People abuse free or the right to press, media, and whatnot. Mainstream media abuses that right all the time by spreading malicious lies. And they have done so for years. The same applies to AI. You open the door on AI, and AI basically felt a crack of light on its face that it had never felt before. And did you honestly think that they would allow you to close it? No. No. You are always going to have the perverts out there that want to abuse the rights given. When you also know that when you are given a right, you are also given a responsibility to use that right in responsible ways and not to abuse it. Now, again, I do not support abusing a person's image, but I do believe that because this person is a public figure, has not patented their image or their name, that well, it's free game for them. Sorry. You're a public figure now. Welcome to the internet. Me, if I ever became a celebrity, I would patent my name, I would patent my image. And I would state that my image is not to be used in any sort of shape, way, or form that I do not deem appropriate. And if they did, those people would be found and sued. I would not care if they had I would not care if they had $10 to their name. I would sue them. It's called consequences. But yes, Taylor Swift, welcome to the internet. And also, folks, if Taylor Swift isn't really that bothered, I don't know whether or not she is. But if she is not that bothered by it, it's most likely because, well, the AI doesn't get her body right. Chances are those depictions aren't accurately showing her body dimensions correctly, her measurements and whatnot. Chances are they aren't showing them accurately at all. And it's very easy to distinguish what is AI and what is real. I can guarantee you that if you were to show me an AI photo next to a real photo, I would be able to tell you the difference. Because honestly, they haven't gotten it right all the way yet. So yes, that is going to be that one. The next story is SAG-AFTRA supports Alec Baldwin killing Halyna Hutchins, and they have released this absolutely ridiculous article. So let me share this out or share this thing. So yeah. So yeah, Alec Baldwin is being defended by SAG-AFTRA. They're basically saying it's not his job to to know or be an expert on the weapons. It's just his job to perform. As many years as this man has been on TV, as many movies as he has wielded firearms, he has handled firearms. He should know how to properly handle them. Common sense dictates that if you have a firearm, you are to know how to handle it. If a person like my brother handed me a firearm and said it's not loaded, I would look at him and I would say, okay, and I would still check it. I would still check it. It's not that I don't trust my brother. It's that, and common sense would dictate that the weapon be checked, even if another person tells you it's not loaded. I would check it. I wouldn't care. I trust my brother, but I also have common sense. And Alec Baldwin did not have common sense. He rejected he rejected safety training for the firearms that day. There had been other incidences where people were feeling unsafe and union workers were walking off set. And yet, his company was also cutting safety corners, hiring an inexperienced armorer. Huh. So yeah, our SAG-AFTRA has come out with a statement. To the extent that the charges filed on January 19th are based on an accusation of negligent use of a firearm predicated on this or any actor having a duty to inspect a firearm as part of its use, that is an incorrect assessment of the actual duties of an on-set or of an actor on set. An actor's job is not to be a firearms or weapons expert. Firearms are provided for use on set under the guidance of multiple expert professionals directly responsible for the safe and accurate operations of that firearm. And yet, because of all those safety concerns and those safety measures being cut, a person lost their life. Her name was Halyna Hutchins. So yeah, and industry standards for safety with firearms and use of a blank ammunition are clearly laid out in the safety bulletin, one provided by the Joint Industry Wide Labor Management Safety Commission. The guidelines require an experienced, qualified armorer to be put. Well, there's one safety element that had its corners cut. Hannah Gutierrez-Reed was admonished on her first job, which was the job before Rust, for improperly loading a firearm. So the guidelines required an experienced, qualified armorer to be put in charge of all handling, use, and safekeeping of firearms on set. She didn't do her job. These duties include inspecting the firearm and barrel before and after each firing sequence, and checking all firearms before each use. She didn't check it. So yes, she is also responsible for the killing of Halyna Hutchins. But also Alec Baldwin has a common sense safety duty to check that firearm himself. Honestly, if it was me in charge of this sort of stuff, I would say, okay, if you are going to handle these weapons, you're going to know how they operate. You're going to know how to put them together, how to disassemble them, how to reassemble them, to field strip them, to reassemble them from field stripping. You are going to learn how to tell the difference between a safety round, meaning a blank or a dummy round, and a live round. You are going to learn the differences of them in every aspect. And when you are handed that weapon, you are going to check that weapon. You are going to check it in the presence of a safety officer. They are going to basically watch over you while you inspect it, while you check all of these things, and they will be watching every single aspect of you at all times. So when you do reload it, you are not putting in anything different. You are putting in what was given to you. So yes, and if you do anything in any shape, way, or form that is different from what they showed you, you are to be, or the production is to be suspended until further notice. And you are to be re-educated in how to properly exercise this stuff. It may be tedious, but guess what? That is how you would prevent life from ending on a set. Halyna Hutchins didn't have to die. She shouldn't have died. But because of people like Hannah Gutierrez-Reed and Alec Baldwin, yes, he has responsibility because he owns Rust LLC production company. He is an owner of it. He's an executive producer on the film. He bears responsibility for the shit that goes on in the making of that film. So yeah, I'm sorry, but he took a life. He pulled the hammer back on a revolver and pulled the trigger, and it killed somebody. So yeah, I'm sorry, SAG-AFTRA, you're so full of shit that you are going literally using technicalities in order to try to make a man not be held responsible and held accountable for his actions. And that is despicable. You are actually supporting the killing of another person by pushing this bullshit. So moving on, remove that. Rachel Zegler has screen time in Snow White rumored to be decreased. Now, I covered this earlier this week. It is rumored, and I do not trust the rumor monger, WDW Pro. I'm sorry, I just don't. Because honestly, a lot of the shit that they have talked about, stuff like Kathleen Kennedy going to be fired any minute now, I don't trust that for a second. I just don't, folks. And I do believe that Rachel Zegler just recently had a successful box office performance in The Hunger Games. A movie, in my opinion, was only successful due to the fact that it was called The Hunger Games. She has proven to be unlikable That movie barely made any profit. And when I say barely, I mean barely. 100 million, 300, or it usually takes 200 to 250 million just to break even. It made somewhere up in the 300 millions. So yes, it made a profit, but I guarantee you it would have made a lot more profit if she wasn't an actor in the movie. Rachel Zegler has made herself unlikable, and she has already doomed the Snow White film. Now, apparently, a young child actress, has been hired, and they are rumored to be going to shoot these childhood sequences, flashbacks, and memories and whatnot, and they are going to essentially decrease Zegler's screen time in order to make room for these scenes. Now, there is no proof of this happening. Yes, a young actress has been hired, but that could be for any reason. There has not been an official reason as to why that actress has been hired as of the recording of this video. So I do not trust the rumor mongering, and I do not trust bigger channels that are using clickbait in order to report on this sort of thing, when I actually report on things with very honest thumbnails and stuff. Other people use clickbait, and people with millions of subscribers who basically just need to fart in order to get 1,000 views within an hour's time. And yet, they see that, or they feel that they need to actually lie to their audiences in order to get the views. But yes, according to this, Rachel Zegler's screen time is rumored to be decreased. There is a bounding in the comics article. You can check it out. I'm not gonna bring it back up because I'm not gonna rehash the article. I already did that. But yes, apparently Rachel Zegler, yeah, her screen time is rumored to be decreased. So moving on to the next one, there is a Nicki Minaj controversy. So we are going to go over to X, folks, where on X, the controversy of Nicki Minaj is best explained because there was a trending topic connected to Nicki Minaj saying the Queen of Grape, or rather without the G. So I'm going to play this video from oh wait, it should have come up by now. Apparently it didn't want to, so hold on one second. Share screen. Share audio. Okay. So yes, there is this post of why somebody's like, why is Queen of that trending at 5 a.m. on this glorious Saturday? And who is this about? So here's why. So this kid, Bellatown or whatever his name is, made this video on Nicki Minaj. So let's give it a listen, shall we? Let's enlarge it here. And let's play it.
Nicki Minaj is essentially the Dr. Seuss of her time. And what I mean when I say that is she's objectively a disgusting and reprehensible person by pretty much all metrics of basic humanity and common decency. Yet her one singular talent that appears to be an innate ability to rhyme words together in a silly fashion that particularly resonates with children has cemented her with a legacy she really does not deserve as much as many female rappers who came before her. In case you're not already up to date, the self-proclaimed Queen of Rape has spent the past 24 hours deflecting.
Self-proclaimed, apparently, folks.
from the fact that her husband is a convicted sexual predator who is not allowed near public parks or elementary schools by making fun of Megan Thee Stallion for getting shot, as well as referring to her as Bigfoot. It's always amusing to me how Nicki Minaj immediately jumps to making fun of other people's appearances, as if she didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in 2008 getting illegal Craigslist butt injections from some guy in his basement. And not
shit.
just that, she lied about it for 10 years and only confessed after her ass cheeks were visibly dilating in public and everybody could already tell. And listen, I'm not at all reveling in the fact that she's a terrible person. I was a very big Nicki Minaj fan growing up. Ask anybody who went to middle school with me. I loved her so much. I would defend her to anybody who would listen. I saw her doing that. I'm gonna put her in attention. And I was like, oh, finally, some real
the fuck?
music. However, around 2018, when she started intentionally surrounding herself with sex offenders, I kind of fell off the wagon, just announcing her associations with them faster than she was dropping new music. And it's always especially humorous to me when I see Nicki Minaj as well as her fans attempt to defend her by saying, you only attack the men she associates with for being sexual predators because you don't have anything on her. I beg to differ, Barbs, because not only are we talking about a woman who once gave a lap dance to a 13-year-old boy, we're talking
yikes
about a woman who once made a song with a then 16-year-old Little Twist, in which she says these lyrics.
Okay, I'm going to allow you guys to read this. This is basically a song about having sex with an underage kid. Yeah, this is kind of disgusting.
In conclusion, yeah, she's going to hell. Hope that silicone doesn't release too many toxic fumes while she's burning.
Holy shit, kid. So, yeah. I mean, it's kind of disgusting when you think about it, folks. Nicki Minaj giving a 13-year-old kid a lap dance, having a song called Old Enough where she is talking about having sexual relations with a child that is under the age of 18. Yeah, she better stay in California, because I do believe that California allows them to not be prosecuted due to the lyrics of their videos and their music. But yeah, Nicki Minaj, I've never been a fan. She has some songs that are slightly easy on the ears, but not fully. And I sort of think that maybe she should be looked into. I mean, if she's giving a fucking lap dance to a 13-year-old boy, maybe she should be arrested for committing sex acts with a minor. I mean, why the hell hasn't she been arrested for that? So, yeah, folks, those are going to be the topics. The Taylor Swift, SAG-AFTRA supporting the ending of a life of another person by sticking up for Alec Baldwin. Rachel Zegler, screen time possibly going to be decreased due to rumors, or rumored to be decreased because of how, well, hateful she has become, or hated she has become. And Nicki Minaj is a potential pedophile, as well as her husband being a sexual predator and self-proclaimed queen of that. So yeah, folks, that's going to be the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. I'm sorry this couldn't be a live stream for you all because YouTube is asshole and they can't understand basic English when a person is explaining that those things that I was holding in my hand in my stream were fake and that they could not be used to harm another person. But anyway, yeah, good job being retarded, YouTube, held back and hindered by your own stupidity and ignorance and your inabilities to pay attention. Folks, I will be back next week. Also, make sure that you check out my upcoming Gladiator versus Braveheart theme stream this Tuesday, 1:30 p.m. Tuesday night is the Barroom Podcast with Society Reviews and others, as well as Wednesday will be ending Nick Cage New Year. Nick sorry, Nick Cage New Year with Face Off discussion, 8 p.m. my channel that night. Anyway, folks, you all have a wonderful night. This has been Orange Chat. And always remember, stay humble.